What is up, YouTube? Here we are at the New York International Auto Show, bringing you guys a couple of reviews. Today we're standing in front of the Ram TRX 1500. Actually, TRX is what it's called. As you can see, this thing is a monster. I mean, I'm not a tall dude, but this thing is an absolute beast. And we're going to give you guys a full interior and exterior review and our initial thoughts on it. Let's get to it. All right, we're going to start where everyone wants to start, the engine bay. This has a 6.2-liter supercharged V8 producing 702 horsepower, which is actually 15 horsepower less than the Hellcat. I know you guys are going to say, yeah, it's the same engine as the Hellcat. It is, but it's actually more restrictive airflow, so it's going to give you 15 less horsepower than that Hellcat. But good for 0 to 60, about 4 seconds, which is absolutely insane for a truck this size. But yeah, this is the important thing. Miles per gallon, 14 miles on the highway and 10 miles in the city. So make sure to open up those wallets if you're going to buy this truck. MSRP is starting at $85,000, so definitely insane price, but for an insane truck. We'll now show you guys the exterior. All right, now onto the exterior. As you can see, like we mentioned already before, it's super tall and it looks super meaty. One complaint, though, that I am going to have to mention is the TRX actually doesn't look that much different from the Ram Rebel, which is the off-road version. There are some slight styling cues, but I know that's one thing I want to mention is the styling cues are very similar between this and the Rebel. But let's start here on these tires. These are absolutely massive tires. You can get through anything. It's actually meant for off-roading. Do people actually do that? Probably not. But I think it's pretty cool. You do have some plastic fender flares here, which actually don't look bad. It looks meaty, I think. Coming on now. Air inlets, that cool. I guess the brakes, even though they're way down there. I'm not really sure. Engine? Oh, yeah. Right into the engine, maybe. Let us know in the comments. But huge mirrors. They stick out super wide so you can see the whole body of the truck since it is super long. Dual cab here, which is, speaks to just the true length of it. It's absolutely massive. Coming on down to the bed. This is actually a short bed, just over 5.5 feet short bed. But the actual storage in here is more than you would get in the Raptor. And that's probably a good time to talk about the competitor, which is now the Raptor R, that 5.4-liter supercharged V8 from Ford. So this is a bigger engine, but it's about the same horsepower, so it's definitely the main competitor. Before the Raptor R came out, the Raptor was the twin-turbo V6, and that was the main competitor. So now they have a true competitor with that supercharged V8. Let us know in the comments which one you guys prefer, the TRX or the Raptor R. Coming on to the back, one thing I do like is they're bringing the old Ram logo back here, which is cool. You don't really see that too often. I know normally it was in the front of the grille. Now they just say Ram now. But to open, you have power liftgate and Rhino bed cover, which is like that easy to slide things in, slide things out. It's not going to ruin the bed cover. So definitely still usable as long as you're okay with paying the price for gas. But yeah, let's now head onto the interior and we'll show you guys what's different in there. All right, coming on to the interior, the first thing you notice is you feel like the absolute king of the road in this thing. You're super high up. Like I'm sitting down and I'm looking at the top of these people's heads at the car show here. So you do feel like the king of the road, and you feel like you could just absolutely destroy everything on the road. Another thing to know is everywhere I've touched so far has been this really nice Alcantara. So, just to lift up this center storage compartment here, you do have Alcantara here, as well as the whole steering wheel is wrapped in Alcantara. And another thing to mention that I do like is this flat bottom steering wheel. Just lets you know a little bit that you're in a performance truck, not car, performance truck. Another thing to let you know that you're on the TRX. Right here on the passenger side, you have a nice brushed aluminum logo here that says TRX. So pretty nice, along with some carbon fiber accents. This huge screen, I believe, is 12-inch screen. Here is standard on the TRX, but other options for the Ram 1500 is an option. We should mention the other engine options that come with the Ram. So this is obviously the 6.2-liter supercharged V8. Other options are you can get a V6 diesel, which has significantly less horsepower, I think about 300, with tons of torque. And then also you can get a 5.7-liter V8 naturally aspirated in this Ram 1500. But obviously, if you're looking at this truck, you got to go with the TRX if you have the money. It's not even a comparison. You do have some paddles, and I'm really interested to see what they did here because the middle of the paddle is actually radio controls, and the top is a paddle and the bottom is a paddle, which is interesting because one of the other complaints I've had in the other few Dodge cars that we've done reviews on is, you want to shift. Typically, I'm driving right at 9 and 3. When I go to shift, this is radio controls. But now I guess you can go 10 and 2 and what is this? 4 and 8 to shift. So I actually like that. Another thing is you do have that Ram logo right in the middle. I feel like I mentioned on the exterior, I haven't been seeing that Ram logo used as much. A lot of buttons here, which I still think is a good for me. You have launch mode button here, which is really cool, along with a lot of the four-wheel drive, but also you have a lot of buttons that I don't really know what they do, but I'm sure there's a reason for them. But I was hoping climate. Here we go. This is what I was looking for. A climate control button is still available. You don't have to go into the screen to change all the climates, so that's definitely a huge plus. But I think super worth the price. Super worth the price of the Ram TRX over maybe the 5.7 liter V8. So I think if you guys have the money, you guys want to feel like the king of the road, and you want to haul some butt, this is the car. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we'll see you guys next part. Just like that. AVI out.